Alright guys, you are done with your bell work and you have your word wall word down. You should be logged into Edmodo. I want to go over a few of the things you need to do today. The first thing once you get in here is that you need to take your nouns, pronouns, and adjectives quiz, which is right here. You click on take quiz, you answer the 6 questions, and then you click submit quiz. When you're done, you can actually go up here to grades and look at your grades and find out what you got on that quiz. Since it's multiple choice, Edmodo will grade it right then. The second thing, you have another quiz to take over your chapter 1. I call it a quiz, but it's really more of a check. Make sure you read it, make sure you are understanding the themes and motivations behind the people and what happened in the story. So that is not on here yet, but it'll be probably at the top, towards the top, and it'll be the worst hard time chapter 1 quiz or check or whatever. So you'll open that just like you did on the nouns, pronouns, and adjectives quiz. You will answer the questions. Make sure you use support from your book and just answer questions to the best of your ability. They're not too difficult, but you do need to fully answer the questions if you're expecting points. Then we should have time for reading. It just kind of depends on how long your quiz takes you. If your class has time for reading, I would suggest starting on chapter 2 of The Worst Hard Time. Not that you have to. And read for 20 minutes. And then here's your reading log for today. Make sure you read the directions very carefully so that you turn in what it is I am asking for. Now, your assignment for the weekend, for tonight and due on Monday, is to read chapters 2 and 3 in The Worst Hard Time by Timothy Egan and to do the 4-step process over chapter 2 and chapter 3. So there's 2 different things you're doing. And that assignment is right here. It says, a note on the 4-step process. Make sure you know and understand how you can earn and or lose points. The 4-step process will be worth 33 points per chapter. And that can make or break your 3rd quarter grade, which, as we know, can make or break your semester grade. So you need to be aware, and this needs to be important. You need to be held highly accountable for the material in this book. So let's take a look here. If you click right here, I kind of started a they say, I say example chart with point values. So you know what you're getting points for and what you could lose points for if you don't do. So that ended up right down here when I downloaded it. And it looks like this. It is an Excel document. And at the very top I have the title of the book and the author and the title of the chapter, the section that I'm going on today. So that whole title bar is worth 3 points, 1 point for each thing. That the title is correctly punctuated, titles of books are underlined, is 1 point. The author's name is 1 point. And then the chapter title is 1 point. The introduction actually has a title, not just introduction, as does all the chapters. They generally have chapter 2 and then a title for the chapter. So that's 3 points, just those 3 things. Then you have your they say, I say. And your they say, this is your quote from your text. And this is one that I actually highlighted and made a note on when I was reading the text. So my quote is correctly punctuated. It has quotation marks before and after. And then I have the page number in parentheses afterwards. And you need to do that like that so that will transfer well into your writing. So let's look at that for a second. My quote was, to some people, most of them too young to know better, this dry or dead dry spell is like another era, a second Dust Bowl, they say. Nobody who lived through the dirty 30s believes that, says Ike, 1 foot prodding for the ladder. Just wasn't any comparison. So that's the quote that I took from the book. And then my ideas to that is that it's interesting to me that the younger generation has false ideas of what it's like, and someone who went through it knows that the younger generation has no concept of what it was like. They scoff at the idea that the drought today is as bad as the Dust Bowl because they know there just wasn't any comparison, as I had said. So this over here, your quote is 1 point, making sure you have the quotation marks, and you have 1 point associated with correctly putting the page number in parentheses here. So just your they say is 2 points. Then your I say is your explanation, thoughts, feelings, agree, disagree, connections, etc. And I kind of explained why I felt that this quote was important, how I understand the quote. Your explanation needs to be a half of a page long. So think about it written out in your notebook, half of a page, when really it's half of a page because you have your 2 columns. So it's really a fourth of a page. So don't freak out when you hear half a page. And that's worth 3 points. You either have your half of a page, you either fully expand on what you think, or you don't. There's really no middle ground. Do not skimp on what you say. The whole point of reading and interacting with the text is for you to form your own ideas and opinions and be able to support it with things that Timothy Egan says, but really taking home what you say. That's what you should be taking from it. So here's another example. We won't go through that, but it's just like this one. I have my quote, I have my page number, and I have, and I have what I say about it. So over here, you need 4 they say, I say entries per chapter. So I did 2 just for it to fit on one page in this example. But in your notebook, you'll have 4 per chapter. And that's 5 points for each they say, I say, because you have 2 points for the they say and 3 points for the I say, times 4 entries, and that's 20 points just for your they say, I say. So keep that in mind. Then step 4 is to write your one-pager. And I've kind of broken down the point values for that. If you write a full page, you're looking at 10 points. 3/4 of a page, 7 points. Half a page, 5 points. Really, anything less than half a page, you have not put forth any effort, and I'm not going to be happy about even looking at it. So you need to make sure you really do this assignment and do it well. Like I said, each chapter will be 33 points. Each 4-step process for each chapter will be 33 points. So when your assignment this weekend is to read chapters 2 and 3, you're doing the 4-step process over chapter 2, 33 points, and you're doing the 4-step process over chapter 3, 33 points. So Monday, you should walk in and have 66 points worth of work done and ready to turn in to me. And those will be done on notebook paper and turned in. You can do them in your journals, that's fine, and I'll collect them that way. Other than that, I think that's all I have. I'll post the assignment up here again, kind of like I did the other day. I'll try to make it in a note instead of an assignment so you don't have something missing. If you have any questions, come see me before after school or email me. So do your best and really, really try to interact with the text. So have a good day.